This is Umar for BoxNation. We're at Riyadh Season Media Day here in London. I feel like Riyadh Season's part of my life every day now. What they're doing is absolutely astonishing. Let's just start off on a bit of a rogue topic. You've just got your phone out and shown me an article from Simon Jordan. What's it about?
I haven't really read it. It's just about... can't remember what it said. Someone just forwarded it to me. Simon Jordan says, we must stop selling our sporting soul to the Saudis who have undermined free speech in this country and must respect our history and culture. I mean, honestly, like, how miserable is that geezer? Like, we have just seen one of the greatest boxing events I've ever seen in this country. Something that could only be delivered via Riyadh Season and His Excellency. And Simon is not happy that Saudi Arabia played the national anthem at Wembley.
Well, at their event?
At their event, that they spent all the money on, that they invested all the time, all the people, you know, the planning, the money, putting this card together. It's a celebration of their efforts. That's what it is. And I think that when you speak to His Excellency, and I know some of you guys will, I've actually spoke to him about this. And he said, I love Saudi Arabia and I love Britain. And it was a coming together. You know, we're over here trying to give British fight fans and sport fans an incredible night. And, you know, we're with you. I don't understand what the big deal is. What are you saying, that no one should come to this country and try and stage major events? You know, disrespecting our history and culture. Shut up. What, I mean... Do you love boxing? Do you love seeing sport at the highest level? First, you want to moan about major events and fights going to Saudi. Now you're moaning about Saudi taking response and also feedback from fight fans saying, please hold a Riyadh Season event in London. And they're going above and beyond. Why would you want... You know, they have no obligation to do a Riyadh Season event in London for British fight fans. And by the way, he looks at it and says, do you know what as well? I'm going to actually lower the pay-per-view price as well to make sure this is accessible as possible to the British public. And still, you want to find a way to moan. You know? I just don't get it. I don't understand. It's like you want to be, what's the word? You want to be like a hero by I don't know, just weird.
Okay, we are pressed for time. On the fight itself, what did you make of Ben Davison's corner work and advice?
Listen, there was a plan for AJ to adopt in the fight, and he didn't do it. He made mistakes that led him to have a disastrous start, and then from there, somehow weather a storm in the first 3 rounds, and somehow find his feet going into the 4th and 5th. But at that point, when you do find your feet, you have to take a chance when it's presented with you. You know, we don't... I said after, so many fighters will say, I'll roll the dice, I'll do this, I'd rather get knocked out than lose on points. Very few do. That was just an example of someone that was trying to win the fight.
Should have tried to survive a couple of rounds.
But then, like, when you hurt someone like that, and AJ is the finisher that he's in, he's already at 30% in the tank. Who knows, maybe in a couple more rounds, maybe he's at 10%. So I don't think we should criticise him for trying to win the fight. If he would have broken him down, would Dubois have got tired and he won the fight? Maybe. But the start was so disastrous that you can't... I doubt he was particularly thinking straight. But when you look back and hear him at the end of the 4th round, it's quite impressive. Like the fact that he's even, you know, talking to Ben about this rolling the dice and this is what we live for and, you know, etc., etc. I'm very proud of him.
I know you've been told before with the Ruiz rematch specifically, don't go in with Andy Ruiz, and he won practically every moment, every round. But let's be honest there, Ruiz didn't really train for that fight. We could see the condition of him. Daniel's a 27-year-old man. He's raw, he's hungry, he's in the form of his life. Surely he's got to avoid Daniel Dubois next.
No, I don't think so. I mean, firstly, Andy Ruiz definitely trained for that fight. I mean, he had a full camp. The guy is not particularly aesthetically blessed. And I'm sure that, you know, maybe he could have had a better camp. Still won every round in a fight that he got stopped in previously. So, look, AJ is a fighter. The only thing that will be in his mind is rematching Daniel Dubois. We have to decide whether that's what we are going to do. That's what AJ probably wants to do. That's what His Excellency wants to do. But we'll have to see, and we'll get the medical checks, get the hands checked, and see if that's an option for February. And if not, maybe we wait a little bit and see what plays out on December 21st.
Last one, the reason we're actually here is for Media Day for Beterbiev, Bivol. I mean, you've got one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in Dmitry Bivol. When you look at the opposite corner, though, there's a scary man there.
Best fight in boxing. I mean, you know, Beterbiev is a beast. Dmitry Bivol is just, you know, a boxing masterpiece. He won against Canelo Alvarez so convincingly. This is a pure 50-50 fight, one that I believe Dmitry can win, but it's going to be a very hard night's work against an absolute monster. But for me, you know, obviously the two best light heavyweights in the world fighting for the undisputed world championship doesn't get any bigger.
Eddie, appreciate your time.
Cheers.